Well, pretty good along the Berlin and the Muskie. We knew our way around pretty good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent a trip lost not too far from here. Where did we go up? Mud Creek?
Yeah.
And we had this map, and there was supposed to be an old trail that would take you around a big loop, wasn't it? And we kept trying to find this loop.
Yeah.
And the willows were up over the horses' heads as we're going through.
Welcome to the Wilderness Wavelength Podcast.
Hey, we're live from Rock Lake tonight. From a Rock Lake cabin. Believe it. It's a full panel tonight. I'm George. Casey's here. Hey, Case. Mama's here.
Hi.
And Grammy and Grandpa are here.
Hi.
Hi.
Susan and Calvin. We are, well, Rock Lake seems like actually kind of a anniversary thing for you guys to come out here every year for your anniversary?
A lot of years we've spent here.
Yeah. How long? How many years do you think?
How many times?
Yeah. Or how many like years in a row?
I don't know. The very first time your dad and I went camping together, we came out here in the middle of the winter.
Wow.
Caught the tent on fire.
Like you were at the campground or backcountry camping?
I don't think there was a campground.
We were over where they have the horses now.
Yeah.
Not up above, but down below there.
Ew. And had a little
talking to the mic. I'm
tent?
talking to the mic.
case. We're trying to hear Grammy and Grandpa's story from out here. You know, Grammy and Grandpa, they had their first, before they were married out here, camping in a wall tent in the middle of winter.
Caught it on fire.
Caught it on
Did
fire.
you ask them how they did that?
Yeah, how'd you catch the tent on fire?
I think it was the Coleman stove.
No, it was the
Flared
wood
up.
stove that melted the top of the roof. Remember
Oh,
it got
yeah.
over there?
Yeah.
Middle of the night?
Nope.
Well, we were in bed.
Hmm.
Because I remember you ran outside in your shorts there, and then the snow was all around.
Oh,
and
jeez. So what do you do then?
Just smeared the roof, I guess, eh?
yeah, I
snow?
think we just threw some snow on there, and
Bed back to sleep.
Yeah, and then went to sleep with the sunroof.
Yep.
yeah, it was
Wow.
just a little wood stove that we had in there.
We're out here for the night. It's like early January. Pretty warm day today. Pretty nice weather. What do you think, Case?
Windy.
What brings you back to Rock?
Welcome to the Wilderness Wavelength Podcast.
Yeah. What brings you guys back to Rock Lake regularly?
Ooh.
Just a nice spot to be. Nobody around.
Yeah.
There used to be hardly anybody here,
Yeah.
and we used to always come out in the spring as soon as we could get through on the road.
No,
And then
let
we'd
me
come out
tell
and
some
camp again at the
stories.
beginning of June.
Sheesh.
Let me tell you some stories.
Case.
In case you got something to say, eh?
Always.
Smelly wet TK.
And then, so you guys spend a lot of time out going from here into the Willmore? Or is it mostly Big Berlin is the entry point?
No, we've done it from Rock Lake into Eagle's Nest and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. It's got a lot popular in the last whole bunch of years, but early on in the 70s wasn't busy.
Yeah. And this cabin we're staying in, you were out in this location in the 70s then too?
1967.
Yeah. Doing what?
Well, it was the first time I had been here with Dad. Dad was the fire control officer in Edson, and we were touring around, and there wasn't a campground here then.
Yeah.
So just looking around sights and sounds, and there was a towerman at the Rock Lake Lookout.
Like fire lookout.
Yep.
Wow. Before this cabin was here, what was here before then? Was it?
There was a house
Okay.
sitting on a concrete foundation,
Yeah.
and the Rangers used to live here at one time, but I'm not sure when they shut it down.
Yeah. And then what was your dad doing out here?
Well, he was in control of the Edson Force, the fire control officer sort of thing, and
Yeah.
all the Rangers would be under him.
We're gonna set up something for you.
Case is sliding over there. Yeah, well, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about just going out here because I know, Mom, you're always, excited to talk about the horsepacking trips and everything from here.
There was a few pretty good ones.
Yeah. Any ones that come to mind? Memorable ones from leaving the Rock Lake staging area?
I don't know. I guess one of the trips that I really remember was one that you were on when you were a kid,
Yeah.
when we brought Harry Edgecombe's ashes up.
Okay.
And we went up to Summit Cabin and we started off from here.
Yeah. How long of a ride is that one?
About 5 hours.
Yeah, for sure. Probably even a little more than that.
Yeah, because you go to Eagle's Nest and then it's, 2.5 hours past that?
Yep.
Yeah, what happened there? So everyone kind of rode in. It was just a day trip for most people, or were they camping up there? Or
A lot of them just camped.
yeah,
Yeah, at mile 50.
yeah,
Yeah, we rode in there first and made sure that the cabin was all cleaned up for everybody coming.
yeah,
And then the forestry actually made it so that Wanda, Harry's wife,
yeah,
and Carol Crawford could get flown in a helicopter because neither one of them were up to riding a horse.
yeah. I that's the one thing I remember of it was the helicopter. And did Kate go in the helicopter too?
Yep.
Yeah. Kate and Ryan.
Yeah, got to do a little
Ryan
helicopter
Holroyd,
ride around. Yeah, that's pretty wild. And then they spread his ashes up there.
Yep. Up in behind the Summit Cabin there. We all rode up ways and
Do you know why they picked that spot for Harry? Did he build the cabin or anything like that?
No.
Or?
there was a lot of stuff that Harry did in Willmore.
Yeah.
And he's written some poems about Willmore Park.
Okay.
And
yeah.
there was a spot up in there that was meant an awful lot to him. And
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole story with it, but
Yeah.
it was someplace that he had been. And
How long ago would that have been?
well, he died in December 95, so it must have been 96 when we went up there.
Did you guys go in this year? Riding in?
Not in the
We never went riding into the Willmore this year.
Yeah. I was curious too, because I don't remember if you guys had told me about this before, but have you ever rode from Rock Lake to Grand Cache, like up to Sulphur Gates or?
Not in one journey, but we've done lots of sections
Yeah.
all along there.
Yeah.
On the Muskeg and the Big Burland. And
Yeah.
I always remember these trips from here when you'd go from Rock Lake, and they changed the different ways that you go. And you'd have to go and you'd have to cross the wild hay. And then you get up to Eagle's Nest, and then there was 3 different ways you could go. And we'd go that one way past that grave where the skull is. And some really nice fancy cabins are in there now.
Yeah.
And then there was one camp we would go to, and the outhouse was right out on the corner. And it's just out in the open.
Yeah.
And you could see all over. And I always think, man, anybody coming from these other trails are going to catch you out here.
Yeah.
What camp is that?
it's on the Big Burland.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, well, I know now, like, in the winter here, the trappers are going up, but even in the summer, it still feels like not heavily used at the moment. Have you guys noticed, like, in the years, it getting busier and busier, or?
Yep. Yeah, more people are. A lot of guys are hiking now.
Yeah.
They got GPS and they can find their way around real easily. And
Yeah.
guys are in good shape. They travel everywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a bit more people now. And there's horse people still going. And
Yeah.
Kenny Grote, yeah, those bunch, they always keep the main trails cleaned out.
You guys got a favorite spot in the Willmore you'd go? Or a spot maybe that you go the most?
I like the Sunset Creek area. It's good
Yeah.
meadow for horses, easy to get to, and
Yeah.
yeah, lots of spots to ride out from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that spot.
What about you?
There's a
Mom?
lot of different places that I really like. Up on the muddy water, that was really nice. And when you went, where was it? Where we went, where the Hargraves guy had died, heading over out towards McBride.
Smoky.
Yeah, it was really nice there.
Yeah. Any spot you want to go back to?
It's quite a few places. When I think about too how you liked it at Sunset, they've changed the trail now, but we used to go from Sunset to Porcupine.
Yeah.
Or else we'd start at where the other way was. Go by the lake.
Alapesh.
Yeah, by Alapesh. And we get out to Porcupine. And years ago when Dad was always out there hunting, George Kelly would have a camp, and his camp was some other place. And
Yeah.
he figured Porcupine was that's Cal's camp.
Okay.
But
yeah.
now, the last time we were there was people crowded all over and bush.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same at all.
Huh.
I mean, when we were there, it was just your dad's camp, and George kept his guys the other place.
Yeah. What's the longest you guys would have stayed up? like camping?
Probably about 10 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that range.
Yeah, because you got like 2 or 3 pack horses going in then usually at a time, or?
Yep, always a little bit more than that, but yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we had some trips, boy, where it rained every day.
Yeah.
I remember one trip when we went up to Casket Creek there, and we were in deep muskegs and everything. Oh, it was just unreal. We were trying to find the trails, and the very first day out, I had one of those plastic yellow coats, and my sleeve ripped off.
Oh.
But I kept my sleeve, and I could put it on, and it would rain every day the whole time that we rode. And then we'd get to make camp, and it would quit for like an hour or so. We'd get the camp up, the tarp up, and
Yeah.
it would start again.
Yep.
But it was a good trip, but boy, was it wet.
Any times when you're up there where you're like, oh, we are over our heads right now, like trying to get out?
Well, I've lost a few horses that have left, and lots of walking and trying to track them down. And
Yeah.
waste a lot of time just looking for horses, but never ever thought I was overwhelmed or anything like
Any
that.
horses that you never found?
No, I was always able to find pretty well them all.
Yeah.
Except for the one that the girl took.
Yeah, one showed up at Grand Cache once, but
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, she found a horse out there then?
yeah.
Yeah, and then she said it was hers. But George Kelly, it was just amazing how he could remember what horse Calvin had, and he saw that horse at Grand Cache, and he phoned you and said, I see that horse is up there.
Yeah.
And she'd had it for a few months, and that was before I even met you, but I remember that story. It was so amazing that George could tell that horse.
Yeah.
I remember some trips, Bud, where I had hardly ever been on a horse. The very first time your dad brought me out, we went to Adams Creek. And
Yeah.
he said, we're just going to Adams Creek. It's just a couple hours.
Yeah, from Big Berlin there.
Yep, so we rode into there, and then he said, it's not very far to the next camp. Just a couple hours. So we rode on to Sunset. And then he said, well, we might as well go all the way. 8 hours later, we arrived at Porcupine.
Yeah.
And that was a trip I really didn't know how to ride at all. I remember that one where we were trying to find that trail around Blue Grouse and around?
Yep.
Oh, we were looking for trails, and we come over mountains where we went right straight down.
Yeah.
And Dad says when we get to the bottom, he says, oh, it's a good thing we didn't have any, what wasn't rookies, whatever word you use, because they would have been flying off all over the trail, and I thought, man.
Yeah. With the trails are not marked well. Anytime you were lost out there?
We've been circled around a few times, but we're pretty good along the Berlin and the Muskie. We knew our way around pretty good there.
Yeah.
We spent a trip lost not too far from here. Where did we go up? Mun Creek?
Yeah.
And we had this map, and there was supposed to be an old trail that would take you around a big loop, wasn't it? And we kept trying to find this loop.
Yeah.
And the willows were up over the horses' heads as we're going through. We kept going. And we didn't know where we were going. We kept going, looking at the map. It'd be consult map. Finally, we got to this spot by the creek, and we made a camp there. Spent the night there. The next day we got up, got out our map, took off, and we ended up on a bunch of old
Exploration trails.
going all over the place.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to be this horse trail, and Dad says, hey, here's some tracks. We finally found the trail. And we turned around the corner and rode right into where we'd spent the night before.
Jeez.
And then one of the horses lost the shoe. Banner lost his shoe. And Dad had to go back to work, so we knew which way the Grand Cache Highway was.
Yeah.
So we just took off and went out to the Grand Cache Highway, finally got there, and Dad took off hitchhiking, and I stayed there with the horses.
Jeez. Any animal encounters that stand out?
Seen lots of grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Never had a bear trouble. We always kept a real clean camp,
Yeah.
and we were always noisy going down the trails, but never really ever had any issues with any animals. And seen lots of sheep, goats,
Yeah.
bears, wolves.
I always remember when we were getting close to sunset once, coming just out of this little creek. We're just coming around to go into the creek, and a grizzly come right up, and the horse Dad was riding, he knew camp was right there. He could have cared less about that bear.
Yeah.
And it was a big grizzly, and he just took off. But
Yeah.
no, they never bothered our camp. Bothered geese at one time, but
Yep.
And then, the other thing I was thinking, because I kind of remember a few times when we were out there when you get the big rainstorms and the rivers are getting high. Like issues crossing the rivers?
Well, you really got to be careful. You got to know where to get in and where to get out.
Yeah.
And they can come up so fast on you that you got to be aware, and you got to be real patient. And if you have to lay over a day, you got to make sure that
you
have enough grub to make a day or two to.
Yeah.
Because they'll go up and down within the course of an afternoon. And
Yeah.
Well, wasn't one trip that I think you had George on with either Dale or Guy, and you guys were making a circle, but you couldn't come out the way you wanted because of where the water
lots
was.
of water. Yeah.
And I can remember floating the pack horses when you went past up Hell's Gate there. I guess they call it Sulphur Gates now.
Yeah.
When you crossed the muddy water there was one bad crossing, and I remember one year we didn't end up going because it was just way too high.
Yeah.
But other times we just went and floated the pack horses.
And then you've been sheep hunting up there too.
Yep.
Any well, I guess you haven't been bighorn sheep hunting in a while. Like, how long does a bighorn sheep hunt go when you're heading up?
Well, we used to always go right at the end of August into September. The weather was always best then, so you could move around easy with light camps.
Yeah.
And we'd always stay a week to 10 days, and we were pretty lucky at the start on the muskeg. And
Yeah, I was wondering, like, success rate. Are you, like, every couple of years getting one, or every year, or?
Not that good. No, like at first there, we went a lot of years without getting anything, but till we finally figured out how to be patient, stop, and actually look. And yeah, so it was quite a few years before we caught on, but then after that we were pretty successful.
You ever hunt anything besides sheep in, like, the Willmore?
No, now it's a moose draw.
Yeah.
And there never was much for elk anywhere.
Other than up by Grand Cache there.
Yeah, right by Grand Cache, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Goat.
Because you weren't riding horses before you met Dad then?
No, I couldn't really say I did. I had a horse when I met your dad. I didn't really know how to ride. My younger sister had wanted a horse, so my dad bought her a horse and me a horse. And they weren't trained or anything.
Yeah.
So, we brought him up here. He did a lot of bucking and everything, so we ended up selling him.
Yeah.
And then, Dad got me a horse, and we just started going. People used to say to me, "Oh man, you must really be able to ride with the places that you've gone." And I would just say, "No, he'll just leave me there if I don't hang on." And I just would hang on, and away we'd go. And I had no clue. Going down the hills, I'd have my feet wrapped around the horse's neck. I remember once I said to Dad, "Man, I just think the saddle's not right." And he said, "Well, it's sitting on his neck." But we'd come over a mountain, and I really didn't know. It was all pretty good, trying to figure things out.
What was your favorite part of the trips?
I think mostly the country. Scenery, and just totally nobody around, and it's just such a different thing when you're riding the horse. I get on a horse now and I feel like I'm young and slim.
Yeah.
And when I get off, I think, oh, maybe I'm not. But even this summer out riding, I just thought I didn't feel quite as young or quite as slim, but it just works like that.
Yeah. Well, you still got the horses. Is like Rock Lake or even the Willmore in the future plans? Like do a trip in?
Well, it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
And to replace horses now is so expensive.
Yeah.
And my horses are getting old. So I'd like to go, but cost is starting to affect things. But you really got to go where you still can. And as far as replacing horses, I guess a guy could borrow one or rent one if you needed a pack horse, but a little harder.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to some of the places.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, then we've had the trips like where Dad got hurt, and the one trip of that summer when I can't remember which horse we had. It was that Big Appaloosa. Oh, Diego. Yeah, and we were up by Adams Creek, wasn't it? And the horse went back over on your dad and trapped him there.
Yeah.
So he dislocated a shoulder then, and the horse wouldn't get off him. It was, kind of. So then he had to pack the horses with one hand, and I'm trying to hand things to him and pull on it. And I don't know.
Did it make you second guess things after that happened? Then you're like, maybe I gotta take a break from this, or?
No, not so much, but you sure got to be careful because an accident can happen so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to be, try to be a step ahead of the horses. And, just take your time and.
Yeah.
Well, that was our June trip, and it was in late August, or was it September, getting into when you went and hurt yourself. That later on that year was when Dad got in that real bad wreck with the horse up there at Porcupine.
The horse came over on you.
Yeah.
And then, you broke your shoulder then, or?
No, just dislocated
shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the horse went back over on him, and it kind of caved in this little thing.
Yeah.
The old stream bank there, and the horse couldn't get up. And so he had Dad under there, and he was beating his head on Dad, and knocked out teeth on both sides of his head. And
crazy.
Yeah, and then the guy that was with him was trying to get off, and he got kicked by Dad's horse there.
Yeah.
So then he roped one of his feet or something and pulled him over to get him off of Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a guy named Ralph. He wasn't sure whether Dad was going to make it that night or not.
Yeah, and then you're still a day's ride at least from the truck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit sore there, but you do what you got to do, and we got out okay.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. You weren't on that trip.
I wasn't on that trip. I was at home. And I came home that night, and his truck was there, and my girlfriend said to me, "Hey, they got home early." I said, "That's not a good thing. They wouldn't be home by now."
Yeah.
And when I went in there, there's Dad sitting at the table. He can't lift his arm, and his head's black and blue, and
doggy.
it wasn't that great.
Well, Case is fired up here. We're just at Rock Lake. I always love coming out here too. So is this year anniversary plan back to Rock Lake?
Well, we don't know yet. Let's just see what the year brings.
Yeah.
Had a couple different ideas for it, but
Yeah.
it's going to be our 40th, so we were kind of thinking Hudson Bay. I was thinking maybe a cruise to Alaska. I'm just not too sure.
Yeah.
Or, we'll probably end up out at Rock Lake in April or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice spot to come.
Yeah.
Road's in good shape.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yep.
Case, we're shutting the podcast
Too bad Case left us.
Case was a little amped up, but I know we'll get you guys back on again soon. But I know, it's always good to hear these stories because sometimes they kind of get lost. So, yeah.
Well, I think of all the stories that you have. You've ridden out from Rock Lake quite a few times.
Yeah. A lot of it, man, I have vague recollection of it. Kind of remember it, but not like the details sort of thing, like the
you weren't
lakes
very
and
old.
the rivers and
I mean, when you were out here camping in the middle of the winter, you would have probably been about Casey's age.
Yeah. How was that for you guys? Like me and Kate, pretty young, and then a lot of wall tents and stuff.
Yep.
We had a wall tent, and then we had a little bunk bed that was actually 2 cots.
Okay.
And you guys were on that, and
yeah,
it was just fine.
Sitting in the cabin tonight with the fireplace going, eating chili and chips and dip. Case has got it pretty well.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pretty nice, eh, Case?
Yeah. Case, you want to say bye to the podcast?
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to you guys
later,
again
alligator.
soon.
Grip, grip.
Goodbye from Rock Lake.
See you later, alligator.
Wilderness Wavelength.